My name is David.cuf. I'm an electronic music producer from Las Vegas, Nevada. A lot of what I do centers around creating my own sounds and creating my own instruments. I just really create music to be an inspiration for others. I definitely believe that we're headed to a new way of living in this world, and I want to inspire a generation of kids and dreamers to just pursue what really matters to them and what they really love to do. And not in some cliche way, oh, do what you love, but actually take practical steps to becoming that level of greatness that you want to achieve. I would describe my sound as a little bit of electronic influence as well as ambient influence. I use a lot of natural recordings and synthesizers to create my sound. That's what it is on a technical aspect, but beyond that, it's something a lot more magical to me. It represents my experiences and the feelings and emotions that I want to get across to the listener. I actually started producing my own music around 18. I had always had a fascination with music growing up, especially when it came to electronic music. Probably around 17, 18, I was listening to a lot of music at the time, and I was like, man, how do they make this? What do they do, And I had a friend that was into audio engineering. He kind of put me on, and after I graduated high school, I was really just confused about what direction to go in. I felt like I didn't have a traditional career path lined up for me, so I got into making music, and ever since then, the passion for it has just gotten bigger and bigger. So the new EP is Thea. Really, it's just a collection of sounds and things that I've gone through the past few months that hopefully just bring to light some of the more unspoken kind of feelings and emotions that I've been going through personally. And really, it's just an opportunity for me to cope with those unspoken emotions or feelings and thoughts and ideas. A lot of the inspiration of my music comes from literally the experiences that I have. Sometimes I'll be out somewhere and I hear something and I'm just like, wow, that's a really cool sound. And then I'll remember that sound, or if I have the opportunity to, I'll record it, and then I'll kind of just work from there. Sometimes the inspiration just comes from me fiddling around with the computer and seeing what new sound I can make and trying to bring together something cohesive and really just well executed. My music is definitely a form of escapism. I had a pretty strange childhood in the sense that a lot of the times I was growing up sheltered, and I just wanted to get away from that. And I feel a lot of ways my music is kind of reflective of the mentality that I had growing up, which was you can create this own world in your head. And the beauty about music is when you share it, you kind of let people into that world. And I want it to be a form of escape for them from the trials and tribulations that we all kind of go through. My number one favorite band of all time is actually this band called Switchfoot. I've been listening to them since I was 8 years old, and they were actually kind of one of the first bands to really get into music, because I was super obsessed with them. And I remember maybe when I was 9 or 10, my dad took me to one of their concerts at Six Flags, and it was just that was the first show that I ever went to. Another favorite artist of mine is Toro Imoa. He's just this really cool electronic music / indie music producer, and I just feel really influenced by his sound and his whole aesthetic. Third would probably be the band Young the Giant, just because I really like their music and I get kind of geeked out. Plus their shows are really great. And now for a daily double. This is a great question. I would say I'm either the doggo, like any Shiba Inu meme of any form, that's probably me. Also, any wholesome meme. Like if it's a meme involving like just being wholesome with your friends, that's probably me. I'm a pretty wholesome person. I really just want to share also that as a human species and race, we have a lot more in common than we have different, and I definitely believe in and want to see this world where we can drop a lot of our differences and just come together to create beautiful opportunities for ourselves and the people around us, regardless of anything like race or class or etc. Just dropping all those biases and doing something for the greater good of all.